What does Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and Gwyneth Paltrow have in common? That's right. They're not real, but they're also called cryptids. Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe could be real, but they aren't backed up by actual science. And with that being said, I ask you, have you ever met Gwyneth Paltrow? Outside of a movie or videos, have you ever seen Gwyneth Paltrow? My point exactly. Today I found the craziest and wackiest cryptids I could find on the wiki, starting with the bat squatch. Now, imagine Bigfoot, but with a human torso that's completely ripped, like six-pack, pecs, everything, completely shredded. And then he has bat wings and a wolf's head. Bat squatch. Bat squatch. Now, first of all, I'm just going to tell you, there is no possible way this is real. Doesn't make any sense at all. It never will make sense. But let me tell you the wiki description. I'm going to read it straight from the wiki right here, right now. Ready? This creature was said to have yellow eyes, a dog-like muzzle, blue fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery black... That's hard for me to say. And leathery black, oh my god, and leathery bat-like wings that span up to 50 feet. 50 feet. The albatross is the largest bird in the world, wingspan-wise. It only is 11 feet. 5 times that. That's the bat squatch. But that's not all. That's not all. Listen to this. Listen to this. In addition, bat squatch is said to be 9 feet tall and has the ability to affect car engines. So apparently, the bat squatch has an EMP somewhere in his body where he just flies over with his 50-foot wingspan wings over these cars and shuts them down. And also the wiki says, in quotes, a witness allegedly took several pictures of the creature. However, these pictures have not yet been analyzed and thus cannot prove the creature's existence. Now, I want to see these pictures. They're not on the wiki, but I want to see them. I want to see what this thing could possibly look like. Correction, I have to see what this thing could look like, because if it is as awesome as this drawing on the wiki, I want to meet this guy. I want to be his friend. Anyways, the next creature is a afank. It's called an afank, I think. I hope. The afank is a Welsh cryptid. I don't know what drugs they do in Wales, but it has to be some good shit, because what the fuck is this? It's a platypus with a fucking crocodile head. Oh, wait. I found another picture of it. The same wiki page. Another picture. And it looks completely different. Now it has a platypus's head, but an alligator's body, like, and tail and shit. It has sharp teeth, gills, I think. Those are gills. And the back end looks like a crocodile. So which is it? Do you want to be a crocodile with a platypus's body, or platypus with a crocodile's body? You can't have both. It don't work that way. You're either full crocodile, full platypus, or full afank. Is it afank? Afank? It's such an odd word. This next one, I saw an initial picture and I was like, wow, that's a silly little goofy guy right there. He's just a silly little goofy guy. But this guy is called a Ninian. But it turns out he doesn't look like that anymore. Instead, he looks like, holy shit, that is terrifying. And this one is actually pretty popular, and I've actually seen it a long time ago. I just didn't know what it was called. There was a viral video outside of Japan a few years back of the cryptid, and this one seems to have like a loyal fan base, which is weird. And it's also kind of sad because a fake creature has a bigger fan base than me. Anyways, air rods. Imagine rods in the air. Air rods. Yeah, that's just the cryptid. They're also called skyfish, and I like to think I know a lot about cryptids. Now that I've done more research, I realized I did not know a lot about cryptids, but I'd never heard of these guys. But these guys are actually pretty popular. Now that I've never even anything about it. Like everybody hears about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, bat squatch. That's all you hear about. That's all you hear about nowadays. But yeah, I think a lot of cryptids are really cool. But like, air rods that fly. Apparently they've been around for a really long time, and apparently there's a lot of video evidence of these guys, and they can somehow like phase in and out of reality. Like a lot of these videos, they like pop up for a second and then disappear. I don't understand. I did watch like a 45-minute documentary on them, and they're pretty interesting. You should really look into them. Maybe that little squiggly line in your eye that's going away. Maybe that's just an air rod. Maybe you're just seeing an air rod in real time. Probably not. But maybe. Now, we all know Tony Chopper from One Piece, right? He ate a devil fruit and turned him into half human, half reindeer. Now, imagine that in real life, because it is real, and it's in Loveland, Ohio. Meet the Loveland Frog man. The frog. That's like 3 or 4 feet tall. And he just like vibes. Right? There's no like, everybody gets scared of him because he gets up and walks on 2 legs, but I feel like he just wants to make some friends and everybody just runs away from him. But now, this guy, he is so like beloved in Loveland, Ohio that there is a musical about this cryptid. I also had never heard of it, but he is a silly looking guy and I do want to meet him. We're going to be friends one day. Next up is just one that I thought sounded funny. His name, Yowie. The Yowie is an Australian Bigfoot. Like I said, the name just cracks me up. Whenever I see or hear the word Yowie, it reminds me of the Yowie paddle that they sell at conventions, anime conventions. And then it's also something like old cartoon characters would do. If you would just like, you hit them, they go, Yowie! I love it. I wonder if he like got his name because he like snuck up behind like a group of teenagers or something like that. And he like pinched one of them. And one of them just turned around and screamed Yowie. They're like, Yowie! And then their friends thought that was the name of the creature because he pointed and yelled Yowie at him, and so everybody just started calling him the Yowie, and that's his name now. Side note, I just found out the Yowie is 5'9", so I am taller than the Yowie. Now, I think that's awesome. I love the idea of a Bigfoot with dwarfism. So he just has dwarf. I just love the idea of that. There's representation even in cryptids. And just because of his name and that he has dwarfism, Yowie is now my favorite Sasquatch. And there's also a lot of different Sasquatches or Bigfoots if you don't know what a Sasquatch is. There's so many that there's enough to make like a full video on. So if you want to see me talk about other Sasquatches, let me know in the comments below and let me know which Sasquatches you want to see me talk about. Now, time for the cryptid we've all been waiting for. The one, the only, the two-toed Tom. Yep, he's an alligator with 2 toes. That's it. He also has red eyes, so I guess that gives him spooky factor, and he's like 15 foot long or something, but it's an alligator. Maybe the alligator lost one of his toes. Oh. Now this one's from the Alabama, Florida line area. So it could just be people on crack. And one dude walked outside. Maybe he saw a big lizard, thought it was an alligator. He was high on crack, and the lizard jumped on him or something. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's go. Next cryptid, please. Please, for the love of God. We all like cats, right? To an extent. Some people love them. Some people, you can just tolerate them and pet them. They're so cute and fluffy, and sometimes they scratch you. It's like, oop, ouch, and maybe I handled them wrong, you know? But imagine if that cat you're petting's fur was actually prickly, like a cactus, and the literal bones are sticking out of the skin. That's the Cactus Cat. And there are 2 pictures that made me want to put him on the list, or put it on the list, and they're both kind of disturbing. One just looks creepy, and the other one, it looks like he's trying to like seduce me, like I'm a cute girl in a club. He's like leaning on the cactus. He's like a dude with like too many red flags, you know? He's leaning on it. He's like, hey baby, I'm gonna go back to my place. And then I go home with him, and then he just ruins my life, absolutely destroys my life. I don't get over him for years. This cryptid is just stupid to me. I just think it's dumb. I'm sorry. I know this one was like, it's kind of beloved, but I honestly think a 5-year-old in kindergarten was probably outside playing and saw a bobcat near a cactus and was like, whoa, Cactus Cat. I do see how people will think he's cute, especially cat people. And there is fan art on the wiki, and then some of them are kind of adorable. So you can like this one if you want to, but I don't think it's real. I don't think any of these are real, to be fair. I saved the best one for last. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the devouring gourd. It's a gourd with a mouth. And the gourd is also like huge, like 10 times a person's size, but it can't move unless it rolls or it uses its stem to walk. But even if it does either one of those, I guess rolling it can pick up speed. But if it uses the stem, it's kind of slow. So like, why don't you just like hit it with an axe or something? This one had a lot of information about it, but there was a story about a boy and his town got eaten by this gourd, and then it just left him and his mom, and the kid didn't know where his dad went. The dad was eaten by the gourd. He went to go take revenge on his dad and get the gourd, and he just shot it with 10 arrows, and the 10th arrow killed it. So these things aren't tough. I mean, 10 arrows is a lot of arrows, but like I expected more. So you could easily just get an axe and just chop this thing up. Just chop it in little bits, or just get a pistol and shoot it. And just pop it a few times and just shoot it until it's no longer moving. And then burn the body. Don't leave seeds, because then it could regrow and then you'll get more devouring gourds. I'm guessing that's how that works. I don't know. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you liked seeing me and hearing me talk about these crazy cryptids and you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Also, leave me a cryptid to check out if it's weird and wacky. I kind of enjoyed looking at these, and there's so many. There are so many more that I can look at. So let me know if you want to see more in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 500 subs. I have been King Newsme. This has been the wackiest cryptids I could find. Thank you for watching the video. I love you all, and peace.